Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on Bitcoin, your daily morning update. Quite a lot we need to talk about. I mean, yesterday overall was a pretty decent day. We did expect a pullback and we got a pullback, right? But this pullback right now potentially is a little bit more scary than anticipated because it's mostly fueled by fundamentals. Or at least it seems like that. As you can see right here, if we take a look at the S&P 500 pre-market, you can see that that's down quite a bit over the course of this morning, even though we did not receive any major bearish news, or at least not what I've seen. I think a couple of hours ago in the Chinese morning, I think we actually saw them confirming there are working level talks with the United States, which is not necessarily bad. I mean, maybe the market expected a little bit more. That's a possibility, but it seems to me at this point of time, if I would have to put into context what's happening with the market right now, it seems to me that the market is just getting a little bit more realistic. I mean, as you can see, over the course of Sunday for crypto, but also for equities on Monday, going into today, we had already from the bottom, we had already moved up 2.5%. That's quite major. And we were only down about 1.3% since the bad news. And then you have to be objective, you have to be realistic and say, well, okay, the bad news came into effect Friday, or at least, you know, the escalation in the trade conflict and in the trade situation between China and the United States. Yeah, a lot of things have been said so far by the United States and by China. But ultimately, nothing has really happened. And to be fair, China actually has said explicitly over the course of today, I think in the Chinese time zone, or it was yesterday evening, I'm not so completely sure anymore. I think they actually pushed, you know, saying that what we did is lawful and the United States has to pull back these tariffs. Otherwise, maybe we are going to do countermeasures as well. Which could be seen as an escalation, or at least, like I said, again, it's all about expectations right now. The market is pricing something in, the market is expecting something, and then reality is something else. Could be better, could be worse. Right now it seems like it was worse, and then the market reacts to that. Now for Bitcoin specifically, we already saw this coming, right? I thought we had the possibility to spike up a little bit higher. I think yesterday there were some altcoins that definitely outperformed Bitcoin, and that did make higher highs compared to the move we made on Monday morning. But ultimately, it was a very strong resistance level, and we always expected a pullback, and that is now what happened. And if we are very objective about Bitcoin, like, would I call this disastrous? No. The thing is that, you know, what's going to happen over the course of the day, I think very much depends on how Bitcoin is going to react to this level right here at 111.7 thousand. That's where we had a fair value gap that we created with the good news on Sunday. We also had a naked point of control there. And now we've seen a low volume push into that. But if we would see some more stable markets, which is obviously what we want, a level like that would hold. And right now the reaction to that is bad. Right now the equities are still pushing down. So ultimately I have to be slightly cautious on Bitcoin here and say that I think it's I think it's a little bit more likely, first of all, that we will move depending on the fundamentals. That is something that is very clear and very true, right? So I would definitely keep your eyes on some sort of news feed if you're able to do so, and otherwise, otherwise I would not trade. But outside of that, I think it's more likely now that we will revisit those lows right here at 110 and 109,000. Now, do I think we will drop down below that? At this point of time, no. But like I said, we are dependent on the fundamentals. So if we get bad news, I think we can still move into that level at 105 and 103,000 dollars. With escalation. So be aware of that. I don't expect it for now. I think more bearish momentum into support and then us holding support. I think that is most likely. But you should be ready for all scenarios, right? And I'll keep you updated on that as well. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching, everybody. And for now, that's it. So stay safe, have a good day, and bye.